right, guys, so we are in the house right now, and I've said it in previous videos, but if you don't know, the house is under construction. And one thing that we discovered when we moved here, unfortunately, the spot our house is in has like no cell reception. So we're gonna be relying a lot on Wi-Fi calling. And as of right now, this is my setup. So we've got Optimum, and we've got one of those dinky routers that they give us, the modem and the router is just, it's not the ideal situation. So I was really excited when ASUS reached out and wanted to sponsor a video and hook us up with a mesh wireless network. And if you aren't familiar with mesh wireless networks, I'll explain in a second, but this is going to hopefully change everything in terms of getting service and getting our Wi-Fi spread throughout the house. And the solution they sent over is the ASUS Lyra Trio. So this is the mesh wireless network I was talking about. And for those of you who don't know what a mesh wireless network is, pretty much one of these is going to act like the router. We're gonna connect this to the modem, and this will work like your typical router would. But what makes this mesh wireless network special is that these are going to now be speaking to each other to increase the range within the house. Now, for me personally, I'm a big fan of mesh wireless networks. In my old apartment, the walls were super thick and I just had so many dead spots because of it, and it wasn't even that huge of an apartment. But once you include a mesh wireless network, it kind of fixes all of that. So I'm really excited to get these in here. But before we set this up, I'm gonna show you guys what my situation is in terms of my cell service and my Wi-Fi range. So check it out. I got 1 bar of reception, LTE right now, but don't let the LTE fool you. The speeds are actually terrible. So if I were to just hit a speed test right now, check out the kind of speeds I'll be getting. And this is actually good. Before it wouldn't even hit 1 megabit. So this is actually on the higher end of things. And in terms of uploads, yeah, that's what I was seeing for downloads before. And this is pretty much what it's like inside the entire house. So the Wi-Fi is a really big deal for me. And when it comes to our Wi-Fi signal, we currently get around 40 something down when we're actually close to the router. But once you go upstairs to the 2nd floor, we're seeing speeds in like the teens, and the same goes for the basement. So now we're gonna go and set up the Lyra Trio and see how it affects these dead spots in the house. Okay, so it is time to get rid of whatever it is Optimum sent me and then put this guy in. And it's a really simple process. All I gotta do is unplug this from the modem. Simple, but I can't even unplug an Ethernet cable. All right, so I get rid of this, and I'm gonna unplug this guy. Okay, so now I can plug this in, and then plug in this Ethernet cable, plug in this, and we're pretty much good to go. As far as setting up, that's all there was to the hardware part of things. And now for the software and setting up the router, what's cool about this system is that I don't have to go into my browser and type in an IP address or anything like that. There's an app, and I've already downloaded it. So now I could just jump into this and start the setup process. All right, so this is pretty cool. The design of this thing, it's got an interesting design. It looks much better than this, but when you power it on, it's got like these lights on the inside, which look really awesome. I can't wait to set one of these up in the basement. All right, but now it is time to set this up using the app. And it's gonna be a pretty simple process. Check this out. Okay, so I'm setting this up for the first time. Gonna hit next. Boom, here it is. Now it's connecting to it. So when you're setting up each Lyra, you can designate which room it's in. So we're just gonna start off with the living room, continue, and now it's gonna search for the modem, it's gonna hook it up, and then we'll get it all together. All right, so I just set up the first Lyra. Now I can set up the next one, and then I have to now go and place the next one in a location of my choice. Now, this is what's important. You wanna be able to cover all of the dead spots that you have within your home. So those areas that I showed you guys where I had a dip in speed, those are gonna be ideal locations for me to place them. Now, what's pretty nice in terms of setting up the next pieces is that it'll tell you how far away you are from the first one that you set up. So I've got a pretty good connection here. So that means they should be able to communicate and spread the Wi-Fi with no problem. And this is gonna be a pretty good spot for the next one. I'll just throw this right here. All right, and then I'll just hit next. and I'll go through the same setup, and then all three should be all good to go. And now with some speed tests, you guys can see the benefit of a meshed wireless network. We finally have consistency throughout the entire house, and that's awesome because those would sometimes be dead spots. And I'm gonna need you guys to not make fun of my speeds. We haven't moved into the house yet, so we didn't go crazy with the internet package. So this is what we're working with for now. So now that I have the entire house covered in Wi-Fi, I can use Wi-Fi calling without any issue and not worry about it dropping on me. So that is going to be a huge lifesaver. So if you guys have any questions about mesh wireless networks, definitely let me know with a comment down below. If you guys have similar experiences, let me know. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it and hopefully this helped. But till the next one, guys, your average consumer. Peace.